The Rurouni Kenshin anime, or Samurai X, is a pretty well-known anime, especially to 90s kids. And a lot of us probably have tried to pull off the techniques of the Hiiten Mitsurugi style or the style of the other fighters in the show. It's a bit slow-paced, and the fights aren't as flashy as the likes of Bleach and Naruto during its run, but it did have a lot of memorable battles and characters. That's probably the reason why the live actions are well loved among old fans, and are garnering new fans to this old anime. Here are top 10 most memorable and exciting sword fights in Samurai X anime series. At number 10, Kenshin vs. Cho. As a member of Shishio's Juppangatana, Cho, the sword hunter, faces Kenshin in a battle for a sword that both men require. Cho steals a baby to regain the upper hand, using it to distract Kenshin. Angered by Cho's dirty tactic, Kenshin broke his vow and draws upon a sword to kill Cho. Luckily, the sword he used is a reverse-edged sword, so Cho does not die from the attack. However, he suffered grave injuries as Kenshin leaves a crater on his chest. At number 9, Yahiko vs. Henya. One of Yahiko's most challenging battles comes from the cunning Juppangatana member, Henya. This fight shows that winning does not require extraordinary tricks, but rather a bright mind and courage. Despite the fact that Yahiko was a younger fighter with a simpler skill set, he manages to emerge victorious in the battle by incorporating some of Kenshin's battle tricks. This battle shows fans that grit always prevails, since Yahiko showed that he is capable of astounding victory, even in the absence of superhuman talent, by using his opponent's attack to his advantage. At number 8, Kenshin vs. Udo Jinni. As a bloodthirsty man-slayer, Udo Jinni had a tendency to kill for fun. Before fighting, Jinni liked to instill fear in his opponents. Jinni showed exceptional techniques in his battle against Kenshin, as he seamlessly wielded his blade in either hand, confusing Kenshin. With the fear of losing Kori, Kenshin almost reverted to his Hitokiri persona during their battle. However, he manages to stop himself from doing so. Using his double Batu Jutsu, he defeated Jinni, who later kills himself by committing seppuku, because he cannot bear the shame of losing to Kenshin. At number 7, Sayuro vs. Fuji. As the 12th successor of the Flying Heaven governed sword style, and Kenshin's master, Hiko Sayuro is a serious samurai. He faces off against Fuji, a giant man and member of the Juppangatana. Although their fight does not last long, it highlights Sayuro's prowess against even those more than twice his size. As Fuji swings down his giant katana with both hands, doubling his attack power, Sayuro manages to hang onto the giant blade and ends the battle with a single attack. As the strongest man in the series, the Sayuro vs. Fuji battle highlighted his strengths perfectly. At number 6, Sanosuke vs. Anji. The ex-member of the Sekiho army, Sanosuke Sagara, dukes it out with Yukuzan Anji, also a member of Shishio's Juppangatana. Before the battle, Sano and Anji met without any awareness that they were about to face each other. During their short time together, Sano learns Futi no Kamwami, Anji's trademark technique. Because of this, Sano feels he must battle Anji when it is revealed that their fate is one of opposition. However, as the duo duke it out, Sano battles not to merely defeat Anji, but to show him the path out of the darkness. At number 5, Kenshin vs. Aoshi. With great intelligence and analytical skills, Shinomori Aoshi leads the revered Onoaben group, an elite group of ninjas. Aoshi fights Kenshin not for his employer, but to prove he is the better warrior. With a bigger frame than Kenshin, Aoshi temporarily overpowers Kenshin and almost kills him. However, Kenshin, being the skilled samurai that he is, manages to pull off a high-level technique by using his bare hands to catch Aoshi's blade and emerges victorious in their battle. At number 4. Sato vs. Yusui. The blind swordsman Yunuma Yusui is pitted against Sato, while Kenshin proceeds to battle Shishio. Before the battle, Yusui mentions he is stronger than Shishio and merely stays his Juppangatana as he can kill Shishio anytime. However, Sato reveals that Yusui is merely an arrogant coward who can only take out his rage over losing to Shishio against weaker opponents. This battle is particularly intriguing as both characters battle psychologically and physically, seeking to win in a battle of minds as well as in a battle of physical strength. As both individuals duke it out, Sato manages to emerge victorious, albeit with grave injuries. At number 3. Kenshin vs. Sato. The ex-captain of the 3rd unit of the Shinsengumi, Sato Hajime, is a justice extremist. Living by his Shinsengumi code, swift death to evil, Sato is sent to battle Kenshin. As both men duke it out, they go all out against each other to determine who is the better warrior. Even with Kenshin having to revert to his Badasai personality, Sato proves a capable warrior. He manages to fight him to a standstill. Luckily, both men come to see the bigger picture and end their rivalry for a greater cause. At number 2. Kenshin vs. Soyuro. The strongest among Shishio's Juppangatana was undoubtedly Soyuro. In his second battle against Kenshin, Soyuro had the upper hand for most of the fight. He was able to overpower Kenshin in speed, which is a big deal as one of Kenshin's strongest points is his speed. During the battle, Kenshin only gained the upper hand by breaking through Soyuro's mental defenses. As Soyuro always wore a smile on his face, his actions were nigh unpredictable, and Kenshin needed to break through to defeat him. After successfully defeating Soyuro by cracking his mental state, Soyuro became humble and accepted his loss. And at number 1, Kenshin, Sato Oshi, and Sanosuke vs. Shishio Makoto. The leader of the Juppangatana and main villain of the Rurouni Kenshin Kyoto arc, Shishio Makoto, finally dukes it out with Kenshin. Shishio is much more powerful than he looks. He uses an unusual sword technique called Blazing Soul, using sparks created from the blade to ignite the human fats that have soaked into his sword over time. Thankfully, Kenshin's allies came to help him, starting with Sato, Sanosuke, and finally, Aoshi. They were disposed quickly, so Kenshin had to be the last one to fight Shishio. Due to Shishio's unique weakness, extreme hyperthermia, due to a lack of sweat glands, their battle is one of attrition. With skill and perseverance, Kenshin manages to hold out, and Shishio's searing body eventually reaches its limits, catching fire and killing Shishio in the process. There you have it, guys. What do you think of my lists? Please leave a comment below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe in my channel for more videos.